Over 60? One worst habit that makes your prostate grow. Stop it now. If you are a man over 60, you are likely living with a ticking time bomb in your lower abdomen that grows larger every single day you continue this one destructive habit. You might think your frequent bathroom trips, that weak stream, and the constant heaviness are just unavoidable parts of getting older. But you are actually feeding your prostate the exact biological fuel it needs to swell and strangle your quality of life. This isn't just about discomfort. It's about a progressive strangulation of your urinary system that can lead to permanent kidney damage or emergency surgery if you don't cut off the supply line today. You need to identify this silent habit immediately because 90% of men are doing it right now, unknowingly accelerating their own decline and sacrificing their masculinity. You won't want to miss the final habit, or 99% will miss the last tip and will be stuck with prostate growth for life. The absolute worst habit making your prostate grow is chronic glucose spiking. Most men over 60 believe that as long as they aren't diabetic, their sugar intake is fine. However, every time you eat high glycemic carbohydrates, like that morning toast, white rice, or healthy granola, your body releases a massive surge of insulin. Insulin is a powerful growth hormone. In a man over 60, your prostate cells are hypersensitive to insulin signals. When your insulin stays high, it sends a direct message to your prostate. Grow faster. You are essentially fertilizing a weed that you desperately need to pull out. This growth signaling is compounded by a process called aromatization. When you have high blood sugar and excess insulin, your body becomes much more efficient at converting your dwindling testosterone into estrogen. For a man's prostate, estrogen is like liquid fire. It triggers the inflammation and cellular multiplication that leads to benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH. By continuing the habit of eating hidden sugars and processed grains, you are creating a hormonal environment where your prostate has no choice but to expand, pushing against your bladder and making your life a misery of interrupted sleep and constant urgency. Furthermore, these insulin spikes lead to the accumulation of visceral fat, the dangerous, hard fat deep inside your belly. This fat isn't just sitting there, it acts like an extra endocrine organ, pumping out inflammatory cytokines that target the prostate gland directly. The more belly fat you carry, the more pressure is put on your pelvic floor, and the more chemical signals are sent to the prostate to increase its size. It is a vicious cycle. Sugar leads to insulin, insulin leads to fat, and fat leads to a bigger prostate. Breaking this cycle is the only way to reclaim your flow and your freedom. Many men find that even when they try to fix their diet, they hit a wall because of thermogenic resistance. Their body is so used to storing energy that it can't burn off the fat that is fueling the prostate's growth. One thing that's helping thousands right now is citrus burn. It's a 100% plant-based formula that helps break through that metabolic wall by activating fat burning even while you are sleeping. If you want faster results without feeling deprived, this is what I recommend because it uses Seville orange peel to boost that internal fire, helping to reduce the estrogen-storing fat that makes your prostate swell. Another hidden part of this worst habit is sedentary behavior after meals. When you sit down for 2 hours after eating a heavy meal, that glucose stays in your blood longer, causing your insulin to stay elevated for an extended danger window. For a senior man, this is the prime time for prostate cellular division. If you don't move, you don't burn that glucose, and your prostate pays the price. You are essentially allowing your blood to become a growth serum for the very gland you want to keep small and healthy. Movement is the natural antidote to this growth signal. To stop the growth, you must implement the rule of 20. This means you should never consume more than 20 grams of sugar in a single sitting, and you should always follow a meal with at least 10 to 20 minutes of light movement. This simple habit blunts the insulin spike and forces your muscles to soak up the sugar before it can reach your prostate and trigger a growth phase. This is how you starve the BPH and give your urinary tract the room it needs to function. When you lower your baseline insulin, the inflammation in your pelvic floor begins to recede naturally. We also have to discuss liquid inflammation. Many men over 60 have the habit of drinking fruit juices or sodas, thinking the natural sugar in juice is safe. It isn't. Liquid sugar hits your bloodstream even faster than solid food, causing an even more violent insulin response. This is like a shot of growth directly to your prostate. Switching to water with lemon or herbal teas is a non-negotiable step. The citrus bioflavonoids in lemon actually help inhibit the enzymes that cause prostate swelling, providing a double-sided benefit for your vascular and prostate health. One thing that's helping thousands of men right now is citrus burn, which is specifically designed to reduce cravings by up to 54%. This is a game changer because it stops that worst habit of snacking on sugary foods at night when your prostate is most vulnerable. A lot of my viewers are getting great results with this 180-day money-back guarantee solution. It includes 2 free bonuses: the Rapid Detox Protocol and Mind Over Metabolism Mastery. If you find it hard to resist the sweets that are making your prostate grow, this is the tool I suggest to help you regain control of your appetite and your hormonal balance without stimulants. Let's look at the role of zinc sequestration. When your insulin is high, your body struggles to transport zinc into the prostate. Zinc is the most important mineral for prostate health. It acts as a security guard that prevents cells from mutating and growing out of control. High sugar habits literally steal zinc from your prostate, leaving the gates open for rapid expansion. By cutting out the glucose spikes, you allow zinc to enter the gland and perform its protective duties. This is why some men see a massive improvement in their stream simply by changing their breakfast habits to lower insulin levels. The timing of your last meal is also a critical part of this habit. Eating late at night ensures that your insulin is peaking right when your body should be in repair mode. Instead of fixing damaged tissues, your body spends the night in growth mode, fueled by your late-night snack. This is why most men with BPH find their symptoms are worst in the early morning. You must stop eating at least 3 hours before bed to allow your insulin levels to bottom out, giving your prostate a much-needed break from growth signals while you sleep. This simple timing change can be a lifesaver. If you are struggling with a weight plateau that makes you feel unresponsive or sluggish, one thing that's helping thousands right now is the biggest discount on the 6-bottle pack of Citrus Burn, which currently includes free shipping. This 2026 formula helps break through that weight wall by targeting thermogenic resistance. When you carry less visceral fat, your estrogen to testosterone ratio improves naturally, which is the most effective way to shrink a prostate without invasive procedures. It's 100% plant-based and contains no stimulants, making it safe for men over 60 who are sensitive to caffeine but need that metabolic jumpstart to protect their prostate. You also need to be aware of nighttime compression. This is the habit of drinking large amounts of water right before bed. While hydration is key, drinking 20 ounces of water at 9 p.m. puts an enormous physical load on a bladder that is already being squeezed by an enlarged prostate. This leads to the midnight marathon to the bathroom, which ruins your sleep and increases your stress hormones. Higher stress hormones, like cortisol, further drive up blood sugar, leading back to more insulin and more prostate growth. It is a feedback loop that must be broken. The final habit that 99% of people miss is the post-urination double void. Most men with an enlarged prostate never fully empty their bladder because the gland is pinching the exit. This leftover urine becomes stagnant and causes irritation and further inflammation of the prostate, which triggers even more growth as a defense mechanism. To fix this, after you think you are finished, wait 30 seconds, relax your pelvic muscles completely, and try to go again. This manually clears the bladder and reduces the internal pressure. If you miss this last tip, the remaining residual urine will keep your prostate in a constant state of low-level infection and inflammation. This inflammation is a signal for the body to send more blood and growth factors to the area, inadvertently making the prostate larger. The double void habit clears the stagnant fluid, reduces the pressure on the gland, and gives your prostate the room it needs to breathe and eventually shrink. It is a mechanical solution to a mechanical problem that provides immediate relief from that constant need-to-go sensation. Breaking the habit of glucose spiking and implementing the double void is the most powerful 1-2 punch a man over 60 can use. You are attacking the problem from both the hormonal side and the physical side. Don't let your prostate dictate where you can go or how long you can sleep. You have the biological tools to fight back. Start by swapping your morning cereal for eggs and healthy fats, and watch how your body responds when the growth signals finally fall silent and your energy returns. Subscribe. Which advice will you start applying today?